Hi, welcome back to Jhank Gaming. Tonight we are playing the second episode of Shadow Kingdom. My name is Bob. I'll be your Dungeon Master today. We are here with Austin as, I forget your name, Ryan, Adam, and Nick, who are playing characters whose names I don't freaking recall.
At times, Dr. Ludwig, Richter, or Herr Wolfgang, depending on
If you have questions, look at the bottom of the screen. I'm sure they're there. Anyways, last we left off, it was in the middle of the week, which I'm adjusting time. Ordinarily, they're going to be sending the lieutenants out at the beginning of the week, so I adjusted it that they had lower chances of succeeding to find what they wanted because they had less time to do it in. So we're starting on Mondays for when you get to send your people out for the week, because I'm not doing Wednesday as the beginning of our week. That's
Thank
silly.
you.
So
also, thank you for Monday, not Sunday, like some calendars do.
I consider doing Sunday, but at the same time, that would have wound up annoying me because I would keep saying Monday, so I decided not to. I have all your names in front of me. I'm so dumb.
You have notes?
I have notes. They're right here. It says all of your names. Excellent. So, last we left off, y'all were talking...
We went to bed.
Yeah, y'all headed to bed.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys talked to some old-timers, found out some interesting things. You creeped around for a while, searching for bodies or whatever, I assume.
No, I wasn't. I mean, I don't know. I'm not assuming to find bodies. I creeped around in my window so people would see as they walked by the...
Vic beat up a miner, not the type with the hat, but the type that's not old enough to receive the beating. However, he did earn that one, so... Left him alive, though, so that's good news there.
It's an accident, wasn't it?
He didn't manage to kill anyone his first day in town, and I think we should all just give him a round of applause for that.
Man,
Well,
that
very
was a
well,
conscious
very well
choice
done.
not to kill that kid. I looked at that bleeding heap and goes, I'll let that slide.
You get one.
Everybody gets one.
Learn well.
And we are going to start off the next morning with the all awakened, bright-eyed, and bushy-tailed at the Red Horse.
Go down to the common room and get my free complimentary breakfast, and by free I meant paid for.
Yeah, completely paid for.
Yes.
Go get our breakfast and...
So this is Thursday, for the record.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would have gotten up, tried to get up before dawn. Would they be doing breakfast that early?
Dawn cooks, so she's up first. That joke's never not funny. I hate you all.
I smiled.
You turned in relatively late, so you can do it, but you're going to be a little sleepy. No actual deterrent, but
Okay.
just be aware that you're sleepy.
Yes. It's like a half a fatigue level. Gotcha. So, yeah, go get whatever breakfast and start walking out to the fields to find the orchard.
Oh, right. They did tell you to get to work. Okay, yep. So you're on the way out to the fields. You guys waking up normal time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got like a couple hours on them, so you can walk. You are walking along, and there's people shuffling off to work, yawns and all that. They look in a similar state to you.
I do ask for directions if need be, or can I just see the apple trees?
You probably need to ask for directions.
I do so.
Okay, so they tell you, oh, well, you wander on up this way, couple minutes, and you take the paved road on your right.
Okay.
It's that one paved road.
Yes. The closer one.
The one that's on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're each on opposite
You're
ends.
supposed
Oh, so it's the further one.
Yeah, you're wandering for a while.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're supposed to talk to some guy by the name of Jeb Cornsprocket.
Betty's a gnome.
Sounds pretty gnomy.
Mm-hmm.
Little fella.
Yes. So, off to meet the gnome, or at least the corn sprocket. Treasure.
Okay. About the time you get there, dawn has crested.
Mhm.
It takes you about an hour to walk there.
Okay, good to know. But still, reach the field and see if I can find a foreman.
Oh, you've been passing orchards.
Oh. And looking for foreman that entire time?
Haven't seen a soul.
Hmm.
After about an hour, you do come up with about a huge group of people, and foreman out there. There's a fella. You hear this loud booming voice going, "All right now, I want you four out there in the south fields and checking for them parasites and whether or not they came back. And you guys, we're harvesting over here, and just go ahead and get all those collected. Half of that is going out to Duke Firm, and the other half is going into town." And he's just like giving directions, and people are wandering off. And if you wait about 5 minutes, everyone leaves, and you see, sure enough, a little gnome feller right there, and he says, "Can I help you?"
Hi, I'm new to town and heard this was a place to come get work if you hadn't got in with the unions yet.
Got any useful skills?
Kind of with survival, stealth, persuasion.
You're strong.
Yeah, I am very large.
I can see.
And athletic.
How tall are you actually?
I am 6'10".
Almost 7 foot.
Like, I think I got a job for you, big feller. See them boys I sent off over there to pick apples, and you go on with them. What's your name?
Jhank.
Jhank. All right, Jhank. You go on with them. Come back, see me at the end of the day. We'll work out some pay.
Okay. Wander off and pick apples and or whatever and make small talk with workers all day.
They are using you pretty exclusively to pick
The high.
the high apples and to, like, basically they want you picking and dropping. And they are like, a whole bunch of little gnome fellas are running around underneath you. They're like, "We ain't got to climb trees much today."
Yes. But yeah, just general feel of the non-union. Does the union ever come around here and push you out, or just?
We're all union.
Oh, you are all union. Oh, okay. Yeah. Then I guess just small talk about the town for the rest of the day while picking apples. I'm
you
just
hear
information gathering.
a lot about the Red Door, about how they really like the innkeeper, but they don't understand him very much. They talk, general talk about like wives, kids, things of that nature. They all seem relatively happy.
I do bring up gambling. Like, is that a fun thing with the horse races?
Oh yeah, when they come around. But we gotta wait till Sunday.
Yeah, I guess.
You can't go early. That dude's never there if it ain't Sunday.
Where are the horse races held?
Well, we got the big one out at the Duke's Ranch, and then the other one's at the Inner Circle in the city.
And is that in the lower quadrants, or is it actually the inner circle with like the keep?
Oh no, that's just what we call it.
Yeah.
It's a big circular racetrack inside of a circular wall.
Yeah. So there's just another wall in the lower part of the city that has the racetrack?
Well, it's near the Merchant Quarter, in between Merchant and some of the higher end residential areas.
Oh, okay. So still first circle, but near second circle. Gotcha. Yep.
What are you talking about?
Well, isn't there the keep, another circle of merchants and nobles, then the outer circle, right?
It ain't a cake, boy. It's a city. You did notice when you're walking up that the city is a big, sprawling thing. It is in no means circular.
Oh, well, I thought it was circular and had like...
It was on
rings.
his map.
Yes.
Yes, he made circles. I don't know why he did that.
So there are not sets of inner walls?
They're... Not that you saw a keep. There's a wall around the keep.
But that's it. Everything's just sort of districted off. Otherwise.
Yeah, there's districts and stuff, and there's a big wall around the exterior.
Oh, okay.
But
there weren't interwalls. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's not ministerial. There's not tiers.
Okay. Okay, so just somewhere around there. Gotcha.
Yeah,
You called it a 3-tiered city.
Yes, and but not tiers.
Height, not
height. Social standing.
Okay.
Workers.
So there's
nobles.
like lower, middle, upper kind of thing. Like there's the regular everyday.
So you use lower, middle, and upper, but you don't mean height by it. You mean social. Okay.
Yeah.
But I see where we got.
You're in a valley.
Gotcha.
You're in a big,
Yeah, okay.
you're in a big valley.
Okay, so yeah, I pass my day talking with them, get my pay. So mostly they seem happy, no complaints on gambling or anything.
I mean, a couple of them lost money on the last races because such and such, but no one really seems upset about it.
Yeah, it's like I talked about how in my last town I know there was a lot of roughnecks that tried to, wedge in on stuff. That doesn't happen here, does it? Hopefully.
Well, not in this part of town, no. When you go down to war for something.
Okay, so people know of criminal activity. It's just in that bad part of town.
Yeah, we're aware that there are criminals. They're like looking at their friends like, this dude might be retarded.
Hey, I only have 10 intelligence. Some people think that's below average.
That's average intelligence.
Exactly.
That's actually above average intelligence. Average is 8, as I recall, for most races.
It's 10.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's what commoners have.
Okay, you're averagely smart.
Mm-hmm. I'm as smart as the next bloke, usually. So yeah, that's how I spend my day.
Okay.
He's got to be the smartest person in our group.
It's like I hope as
Well,
the wizard.
Yeah.
But it's also Adam. He could have dumped that stat for other stuff. For
Okay,
funsies.
so whilst Nick is out mingling
I got a
with the
20.
masses, as
Okay.
it were, or
Yeah.
the apples, y'all get up around the time he gets to pick into his first or second tree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask Gato.
I cannot remember when my meeting for the next thing with the fixer was.
Let's see.
I don't think it was today. But I literally cannot remember.
As Ryan checks his notes for everyone.
Gary says you're looking for work. Meet up with a man named RJ Half-Orc. Gives the gnome a shot and he sips it. Gnome says, pay or get the fuck out of my bar.
I like you verbatim stuff.
Yeah, meet up with a man named RJ. You weren't given a specific time. You're just supposed to find a big old half-orc named RJ.
Yeah, well, sounds. I guess that's what I'm doing for the day.
Alright, so you eat or you sit out?
I eat.
Alright.
Yep. I'm gonna eat breakfast too.
It's like pretty standard fare. Like you get
That's okay.
like eggs, bacon, oatmeal with honey.
That's all
Like
good.
honey is shockingly available. Everyone seems to be
Yeah.
able to get
I
like
eat that.
relatively free access to
Sounds
it.
nice. It only seems like standard fare once you're bored of it. Sounds like something that we're not used to yet.
No, honey's expensive.
Yeah.
In like most of the world at this time.
Yeah. So it sounds nice to us.
Man, I so hope they're monster bees and not just a really well-tended, field of bee nests or apiaries.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna head off in search of RJ.
I'm going to ask our innkeeper here. Where is it that the ladies are most of the time of the day?
Well, they're either working or at home, depending upon their arrangement.
No, I wasn't sure if there was something like that they do communally.
So in circles.
Well, not so in circles, but maybe there's some sort of either work or maybe they have social clubs or something along those lines. I don't know.
Sounds
Ma'am,
like sewing
I'm-
circles.
I'm both male and an innkeeper. I have no idea what most women are doing for their day. I mean, my wife is somewhere, I assume. I'm pretty sure at night I'm pretty sure that was her this morning and also her last night. So I don't know what she does.
Well, then I will go and find out myself.
Best of luck to you.
Yes.
You did see when you were being walked around with the kid yesterday that there was a lot of, like, they were just kind of meeting up. There's those central fountains and stuff, and there's a lot of people doing cleaning and their stuff. Like, a lot of the women came out and cleaned together and talked there, like the ones that were at home. You did see some men in their cleaning clothes as well, because there are some house husbands.
How cosmopolitan.
Very.
And or just single dudes who need to wash clothes sometimes.
Yeah, this is where
sometimes.
he's going to pick up chicks. Don't you know that?
And then,
Laundromats.
That's as good a place as any to start.
All right. You wander out there, and all right. So you're gonna wander out there, and Adam, your day, staring creepily out the window.
No, that'll be this evening. We'll get to that. No, after eating my breakfast, pack things up, and I head out and sort of look towards center. I guess I'm guessing Keep was like towards center of city.
Keep is top left.
Okay, I just start.
Which on a flat
Yeah,
piece of
I
paper would be. It's not. I mean, if
northeast.
You can see towers in the distance.
Okay,
However,
yeah.
it is like a couple miles off.
Yeah, that's not far. Oh.
Oh yeah, you can absolutely walk there. It will take you some time.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
trying to see what is between where we're at right now and there, trying to get a feel for what districts are between us and that.
Okay. So your search for RJ. Are you going back to the tavern? Or are you asking around? How are you doing this?
World's greatest detective.
Asking
Greatest
around.
detective.
How does it feel?
Do I
How
know-
does it
Do
feel?
I know the city well enough to make use of my city specialization?
I believe he said we had to get all of our lieutenants
Yes,
before you could
he
use
did.
it.
So not yet.
Then no. Then yeah, world's greatest detective.
Okay. You
I mean,
find
I have
no
it.
less.
I'm good with investigation and intimidation, but that's about all I can do. I'm looking for a half-orc named RJ.
As are you wandering around screaming RJ, or just going up to half orcs and being like, "You RJ"?
Do you know an RJ?
You're just exploring.
It matters.
Yeah.
Which one? Just
In the
asking
direction
half orcs.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you only find 14 RJs.
Do-
However-
do all of them go to the same bar?
You do find one RJ who's the one you're looking for. He was the 13th. There's another RJ in his group who also said he was RJ.
Just a very common half-orc name.
No, their names are completely different. They go by RJ.
Oh.
I was thinking ARJAY.
No, their names are one starts with an R, one starts with a J. They shortened it to RJ.
That's that works. Well, I found him. Bam.
Yes,
As
you did.
this gentleman can see, I am a man of distinction and sophistication. I can perform many tasks.
Like finding a
So
random
you're
half-orc in a city of millions.
You found him outside the bar, for the record.
I found you. You're only the 8th person I've had to ask.
Deception check.
I ain't actually skilled in deception, so I'm accepting that's just going to be a bad lie. Yeah, it's a bad lie.
4.
Yeah, he looks at you and so goes, "I saw you ask 4 other people. I watched you do it."
And you was the 8th. Just bald-faced lying. And you could have said something.
I was just shocked. I mean, I got told you were going to meet me here. So it's RJ and
RJ and RJ.
RJ, and 3 others whose name do not matter. I mean, spin the old wheel of Southern names. Did you know that you can find a wheel of Southern names?
You can find
Yes.
a wheel for anything, man.
Is it actually a wheel?
Warwick, Waylon, and Blair.
And now they're written down.
They're real people. I don't care. Don't ask me what their name is later. Ask Ryan. I don't intend to remember.
Let's be fair, RJ was, iffy there.
Just because they're my initials doesn't mean I didn't think long and hard about it. Or short and hardly is more likely. Okay. So you walk up to him after your less than stellar introduction.
Yeah.
And they're like, "All right, well, here's what we got on the docket. Let's go inside and talk about it." And he leads you into the bar. And through the bar and into the back room. You gonna order anything while you're there? Or you just...
Nope.
No. Okay. So they all grab beers and go into the back room and say, "Okay, so here's what we gotta do. Boss says that... Let's check. The wheel of the South, shall we? The wheel of the South shall decide this fate. Abbott... Abbott Jorgensen, that's his name, always has been.
Lots of Germans in Texas.
Lots of Germans in Texas, is dang right.
Is he also AJ, or is that one with a G?
Why would you spell Jorgensen with a G? What kind of French bullshit is this?
Well, because if it was a J, it'd be Jorgensen.
Abbott Jorgensen, I have caps lock and I don't care. Owes the boss a substantial sum for a bet that was on credit and has not paid. We are to go and convince him to pay that debt. So that's what you guys are going to do. And we're going over to his shop uptown, and we're going to have a polite discussion with him about what is owed. You up for it?
Yeah.
All right. So you all start heading off to Abbott Jorgensen's shop. And Ryan, you come upon like a primarily residential area. You see some people washing, some people, just doing their daily lives. Some people are not out at all yet.
Okay.
There's an old man and woman sitting on their porch drinking tea, holding hands, awful sweetly, just rocking back and forth. Seems to be watching a mess of grandkids while some people are out there cleaning.
Alright, well, I will...
Just one little subtle spell lightning bolt would ruin this day.
That's kind of its job.
What happened?
If you cast lightning bolt and it ruins nobody's day, you fucked up. And there's no way around it.
Anyway, I'll go ahead and approach somebody who's like washing at the fountain, or somebody who may be like similar to the couple who are don't seem to be preoccupied with anything.
Okay, so which one is it? The people washing or someone non-preoccupied? Because non-preoccupied is like going to be a couple old people. Because there's some that aren't watching kids.
Okay. I'll go up to... I'll go up to like the old couple who are not... Somebody who's not preoccupied.
Okay, there's an old lady sitting on her porch, rocking, sipping tea, just kind of smiling out at the morning, smoking a big, long stem pipe.
Oh, good morning.
Morning to you.
Say, I was, since I just got into town yesterday, was going to go around and meet people, to introduce myself and see what it is that I can do to help people around here.
Well, ain't that mightily neighborly of you? Most people don't even bother.
Yeah.
As she takes a big old puff on her pipe and goes, so, what can you do to help people?
Well, I can do quite a few different things, but one of the things that I think has been quite fortunate for me, having met the people of this town and gotten at least some idea of the general atmosphere here, I think it is by the hand of fate that I ended up here, because I think that you people, the people of this particular part of the city, might be more receptive to the message that I want to spread.
What's your name, Sugar? What message are you trying to spread?
My name is Mother June, and
they call me Granny B. My given name is Beatrix, but Granny B suits me fine. As she's just puffing away, kind of rocking. She seems really happy that someone's talking to her. It's she seems like a lonely old lady.
Mm. Well, Granny B, I am Mother June, and I come from far, far away. And the message that I've come to spread is of the rebirth of the goddess Fernette.
Have you heard the good news?
Oh, you're out here proselytizing.
Yes, I
Have
am.
you heard the good word?
Well, ain't that just great? What's this, what's her name? Renette?
Yes.
What's this Renette all about? puff, 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 as she's puffing away at her pipe.
Well, the goddess Fernette is a goddess of the home and hearth and community. She is a god who was in a situation to where she was had her power stolen by a other god who was most foul through trickery and the abuse of the hospitality that she showed him. But I have come to say that I have been given word that she is not gone, that she is not dead, and I have been tasked with the job of bringing her back.
Oh, so you're going to be talking with them Baldrige peoples.
Baldrige people?
Oh, yeah, she's the goddess of hearth around these parts. Hearth, ham, home, and standing watch over individual houses, making sure everything's going on right and true. Their preachers, they talk every other Saturday at least. I go to their services sometimes, but that just mainly says, the kids don't visit like they ought.
I understand.
She now proceeds to waste about a half hour of your time talking about her kids and how they don't visit or write. They ought.
Mm.
And last time she had a birthday, she was plumb sure they forgot because they only showed up about noon, didn't even come over for breakfast.
Mm. I patiently listen to her to just spend some time with her.
My no good son-in-law. If you were patient with her, she's got you for about an hour.
Mm.
You hear a great deal about the disappointments of her son-in-law, how her daughter probably could have done better, though her son did very well for himself. And things of that nature.
Well, if these are things of your concern, as far as the way that your family's been going, as far as... Because the things of family are direly important. Maybe a little bit of more discipline and focus and activity. If you would be able to... I was thinking that if I were able to get people to be interested in me, then maybe this would give you something that you could do with your family together.
Oh, I can't hardly get him to go to church now. You want me to introduce a new goddess?
And it's like, well, maybe this is something that would be more up their alley.
Now I'm just imagining you tracking down the son and casting suggestion, go spend a day with your mom.
I could do that.
Yes, just start abusing suggestion like that. Just stand there in combat. Go visit with your mom.
That's against their natural nature. It's against my core nature to visit mom.
Yikes!
Yikes.
Alright, so the elder son is a shopkeep. He actually runs a shopkeep in a higher end area of the neighborhood. Like, this is like where regular folks live, like the little bit of the higher mucky mucks. He's out there and he runs the general goods store out there. He owns it. So he's the owner-operator of a general goods store that he does quite well for himself, apparently.
Okay.
According to Granny V.
I was thinking about using suggestion to test people. You think your husband's faithful? Is he truly faithful? Suggestion: cheat on your wife. See, dude's a cheater. It wasn't against his core nature
And,
to stay loyal.
Her daughter, her son-in-law, who doesn't seem to be doing that well, is a jockey.
Horse jockey?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And he is at the inner circle, not the Duke's Big Circle. Which is why she has a little opinion of him, is if you're going to do something, you might as well succeed. And she doesn't consider that succeed.
Are you trying to make these people that we want to kill?
Well,
What?
Trying to describe people that we should want to kill?
why would we want to kill
Her?
her? Why would we want to kill her?
Because she's quite entitled.
She's an old lady.
She's entitled to being entitled.
Yeah.
She put
I
in the
don't
work,
know.
put in the years.
I'm playing an evil character. I don't feel like I see it that way.
You know that her husband passed about 10 years back.
And let him go visit.
What race is she?
She's human.
Oh.
And the birthday that they only showed up at noon was her 67th. So she is currently 67.
Granny,
I really like giving Ryan more information than he needs about a random character.
And notes.
So-
You're trying to make it where the notes for this campaign are longer than the notes for my campaigns.
That's not even going to be hard.
I ask Granny B, is there any sort of town social or some type of event where I'd be able to speak to a lot of people in order to do my proselytizing?
Well, Saturday church is usually when most folks meet up around here, though I think some of the ladies get together to mend clothes, and I know that usually after church there's barbecues and stuff like that, but that's more like, a couple families get together. Every now and again a whole block will come together if celebrating something big.
Suggestion: start planning a block party.
Around about hour in, you hear a little voice say, "Granny B, Granny B," and a little kid runs up and goes, "Granny B, Mama said this is for you," and holds out like a little basket. And she takes it, goes, "Oh, thank you, sweetheart." And she goes, "All right, I'll see you later." And then she runs off, and you can tell that she started playing with all the other kids. Like, this was her task that she had to do before she could go play.
Yeah.
She did not stick around to chat. She just dropped off the basket and ran off. The granny opens it up, pulls out a little pouch, and starts repacking her pipe from the fresh pouch, and goes, "Thank God, I was running out."
Well, at least you got somebody taking care of you, but yeah, I'll take a look in to see what people need around here. If you think of anything, I'll try to figure out something to maybe put the family spirit back into some of your wayward sons and in-laws.
Oh, I mean, if you got the time, you go stop by tomorrow and have another chat.
Oh.
She levers herself up at the speed of molasses. Just, I think this'll about. She starts tapping out her pipe. This'll about finish up my morning respite, and she starts walking back into the house. Yeah, have a good day now.
Thank you. You too. All right. So, after talking to Granny B, we know that we got occasionally women who mend some clothing.
Yeah, it's basically they get together to mend clothes and chat while it's the onerous tasks.
And we got some
Saturday churches.
Saturday churches.
Well, we can't do it on Sunday. Racing on Sunday.
Yeah, races are on Sunday. That's a whole different religion.
Also, you have a straight up have to supplant a deity of your, thing.
Hey, mine's the one who brought them into this world. This is not my fault.
Mm-hmm.
The Baldrige. Yeah, that's what it is.
Boldrei. Baldrige.
All right.
Baldrige? Baldrige? I don't care. Add an N. I don't give a shit.
Oh, I spelled it as no hair,
Balding.
no finger ring.
No, it's Boldrie. REI. Dyslexia is a fun disease that everyone should avoid.
Yeah, it's contagious. Got to be careful.
Okay.
And from what she said,
Baldrige.
it's the sovereign of Hall, Hearth, and goddess of standing watches over homes. And she pointed out on some of the houses you see looks like a arch with flames in the middle, and that's her symbol. So some of the houses have open displays of their symbols, the symbol on the house.
All right.
You're wondering if that's also the symbol we made up? Yes, because it's a hearth.
No.
Ours is a hearth with a cooking pot.
Yeah, ours has got a cooking pot. It doesn't have
no
torches.
no cooking pot.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about cooking, it's about fire.
Mm-hmm.
There's another goddess of the hearth. Her symbol is a hearth. This is not my fault.
No, I'm about the other guy not even caring about cooking. What's wrong? Clearly an inferior.
Not the
Hers
goddess
is
of cooking.
She is the goddess of hearth and standing on your roof with a sniper rifle.
Yeah, my kind of goddess.
Okay. Then I'll go ahead and check out and see what I can find out about the members of the Church of Baldrige.
Okay, you have fun doing that, and Adam, you are wandering off exploring, as I recall.
I was heading from Red Horse Inn toward the keep and seeing what areas I pass between those two.
As you head up north, you pass through the standard residential area that you have already seen. And then as you continue walking up there, the houses get nicer. You see that there's like bigger yards, that kind of thing, more land around them. Still plenty of gardens. Some quite have like almost no yard, because even though it's bigger, they have a almost dedicated greenhouse out back. And as you continue up, you are passing like just a higher class of people who are it's probably their nannies out washing clothes, or they have their own fountains in their yards where they're taking care of the necessities of life and cleaning and stuff like that. You see like higher end clothing, stuff of that nature. You pass nicer shops, and as you travel north, you take about an hour to walk all the way through all the residential area, which is like winding with twists and turns. You probably get lost a couple times going up. Have to ask someone for directions.
Mm-hmm.
And shops, bars, restaurants occasionally. You go out there and you come to a big circular wall with a nice road around it, and there's some horse statues out front, and a big archway in the middle that's currently has the gates closed. And on the wall there's a chalkboard, and written on it is that there will in fact be a race next Sunday, and it tells you the particulars of who's racing and the horses and stuff of that nature.
So the board outside of the keep is about the races.
No, that's not the cape. That's the inner circle.
That's
you
the inner circle.
found the inner circle.
Okay.
So as you walk around it, you realize it's a fairly large racetrack. And if you look through like the gate into the bars, you can actually see the track there, and it's a humongous full-size track with lots of seating. The walls are extremely high, and you realize that they're not high to keep people out. It's because that's bleacher seating and stuff like that. It's a very, very large open area, and there's people walking in and out. There you see some horses actually walking or running the circle already. Trainers, stuff like that. There's huge horse stalls off to the side as you walk around it, and it seems like there's a lot of really prime real estate here in the middle of the city that's dedicated to just this inner circle races, with big horse tracks and big stalls, and you see vendors out there and stuff of that nature. You see people like walking by getting stuff set up, and like deliveries being made to the bakers in the area, and there's big brewing areas where there's people who are just there making stuff just for the races and getting all the supplies ready for a big event. And it's going about like this is a daily chore. This doesn't seem like frantic energy or anything of that nature. It seems like a common occurrence. And as you walk around that, you find another road, a big, beautifully paved road. Like, the other roads were nice. There was the occasional pothole, something of that nature, something that needs fixed. This one looks like it's double wide, beautifully paved, and it goes almost straight up towards the keep. And there are people walking on it. It's
Well,
not
yeah.
like it's empty.
And what do I pass, like, carrying on towards the keep? Is it just more businesses and that kind of thing, or...?
Yes, businesses, higher end stuff. You see a lot more, like, enchanters areas. There's weaponsmiths, stuff of that nature. Stuff that, like, adventurers would be more interested in, and you do see adventurers wandering past, because there's just people in weird clothes. There's guys wandering around in full plate armor. There's a dude walking around with an armored bear behind him, like, with an impressive mustachios.
The dull, psychotic gleam in their eye when they look at you and the stuff you have.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you recognize fellow psychopaths when you pass them, and then there are people who make you distinctly uncomfortable because they seem to radiate energy that doesn't gel well with you. There's just like...
Paladins.
It's like, what's up, pyre burner? What? You burned a lot of people at the pyre recently? No?
Smell.
I can
I
smell.
know the smell of burnt people. I'm familiar with it. No? I'll leave.
Yeah, and you pass like shops and people out there do like hawking stuff, and the prices are a lot more inflated than where you are staying. For like the prices that are posted for people staying at the inn is gold, and like it's gold for bread and beers and stuff like that. It's a lot more expensive up here, almost like they're gouging adventurers or something. Because
See, me right now, I'm like, I can afford this. I can stay in the ritzy part of town.
You're
It's
an
not
adventurer,
nicer.
buddy.
It's not nicer. It's cleaner, but people are just charging more because they'll get it.
Yeah, cleaner. Not a rat to be seen anywhere.
Distinct lack of rodents of unusual size. There's none of them. None of them all.
Adventurers
Also,
tend to take care
no
of those.
chihuahuas. No one could
There's-
have told the difference anyways.
Yeah, so you're passing like a lot of different people, and there's definitely people who are wandering around with servants. There's people who are going like into the bar with like rolling 5 or 6 deep of fancy pantses.
I stopped by a bar as I'm looking, and I just see, is it the same kind of drink way out? Is it generally ciders and beer being more, or is it different up
Yes,
here?
except the prices are insane. They are paying the same price for the mead you had.
Is it same symbols?
Yeah,
It says,
and they're paying gold for mead, and they're paying platinum for beer. And, I mean, there's some higher-end stuff there, and there's some stuff that they say is higher-end, but you've definitely seen that kick mule symbol before, and that dude just played a platinum for a shot.
I don't get anything. I just
There must be some profitable work nearby.
There's, like, an incredibly talented bard up on stage just singing his little heart out, and then there seems to be a guy in a obscenely large hat that is pink with yellow polka dots and an obscene feather flying above it. Just every time the bard starts playing or talking about basically a hashtag ad, he starts yelling back something obscene at the bard and completely disrupts him.
Just a professional heckler. That's just how this guy gets his daily joy.
So how much was a beer?
Beer was 5 gold.
I send that guy a beer. and I leave while they're preparing it.
You're just like... Yeah! I guess nobody wants the hat of talkback. Okay, so you
Continue
your
on towards
way.
the keep.
Okay, about around the time Ryan's almost done with Mama June, start walking through the erudite area. It's full of large manors that are like fully walled in. You see guards at gates. You see people running cards around. Restaurants, very, very fine restaurants. There are still some enchanting shops, but as you walk by, you notice they have full glass windows, big ones, and you can actually look in and see the goods, and it's mainly household supplies. Things like magical kettles and like dresses and things of that nature that the high-end patron would be appreciative of, even if you don't understand the purpose of a self-heating kettle. Stuff
That sounds very useful. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
If you want to go
They
in
have
there,
knitting needles that knit their own.
there are things in there that you can see that would be useful for your purposes.
Yeah.
Because you do sewing, and they have magical thread and needles and things of that nature.
Okay, I'll take note of it, but I'm not gonna assume that's where I'm buying at this point. I don't want to bother them.
Yeah.
This way. But yeah, I'll definitely take note of that.
And there's, bars and stuff in this area too. They just seem to be a bit higher end.
Mm-hmm.
And the host's theme seems to have become quite gauche for the high up muckety muck, because almost nothing is horse named up here.
Mm.
There's still horse statues. You still see some of the finest horses you've ever seen in your life, people riding around on. The guard have horse plume helms, and horse sigilly around them, because they are a different kind of guard than what you've seen so far. They seem to be wearing the royal colors.
What are the royal colors?
Green and yellow. You were expecting red, weren't you?
I mean, you're you.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have a theme.
As red light just shines out of your computer.
Shut up. Stop looking at my computer. It has nose.
Said green and what?
Yellow. Like a saffron yellow. I assume it's brighter. I don't know.
When I
Most
think
things
of
are
like saffron, I think of the little red
strands.
Yeah, strands.
That's because it's saffron, but that's not the color it makes.
Oh.
Well, it is the color it makes, but the saffron strands are red.
Oh yeah.
They produce a saffron color.
Yes, Ryan just has saffron. So a brown or yellow?
No.
That's
Like
like,
the
a,
second
like, a, like a warm yellow.
Yeah. I don't care. It's a saffron yellow.
It's mustard.
Everyone can go and find their own saffron and decide that's the color. It doesn't matter. I'm not making a banner. Nor am I painting one. The color is unimportant. It might as well be blue. Doesn't matter. It's green.
Well, there's a blue banner right behind.
How did you know?
I put it there.
I don't know. How'd you know it was blue?
Because it's the Ravenclaw color.
Who puts a disembodied bird's head on their banner? Weirdos, all of them.
Why is it look like a blackbird if it's an eagle?
Because corvids are awesome.
Yeah, they're just trying to make friends with the corvids.
It's because ravens is a name, so they don't know that it's not a raven, it's an eagle. But whatever.
Well, that's what you get from buying from China.
Worse, I got it from Loot Crate.
Probably not directly from China.
Yeah, I paid an up price from it. So I get to, what does the actual keep look like? Is it?
As far as you get on this walkway, there's a huge gatehouse with an actual full moat around it and drawbridge, and it looks like they had way too much money, because the exterior of this wall that is defensive is marble. And it's a beautiful white with black veined marble. And it surrounds the entire wall and the gatehouse and the walkway all up there. And the people standing at the gatehouse are guards, but they're not young men. They seem to be more veteran, and they have 2 red stripes running down their pants. And all of the other guards you haven't seen haven't had that, and there's one guy who is wandering around in legitimate full plate mail, just on patrol, walking around the exterior of the wall. And you see 4 guards at the gate. And I mean, occasionally a gilded carriage with big beautiful horses comes walking or riding up, and they're let in.
Mm-hmm. I approach one of the guards.
At the gate, or one of the ones that's on patrol around the walls?
Who does it look like I would be less bothering to speak with?
Probably the ones walking around outside the walls.
Okay, then that's who I would approach. I'm new. My name is Dr. Richter. I'm new to the city, and as I believe this is likely where whoever runs it lives. In case it is ever heard, what is the name of the noble of the city?
The king.
Yes.
You don't know the king of the city you're in.
I got here yesterday. I found it prudent to find out as soon as I could, so I came to ask.
Well,
Do you know the name of the king of the city we're in?
I remember what I conjugated it off of. It's King Procrastinatus the Third. His Lord Majesty King Procrastinatus III currently reigns over this fine city and kingdom.
Wonderful.
Long
may he live.
reign. Yeah.
Thank you. And I turn and I walk down that boulevard and I head back towards the inn.
Yeah, the guard's just kind of staring after you. He starts his patrol again.
Yep.
Okay. So that's pretty much your entire day is walking
Yeah.
out there, fucking with one guy.
I found information. I found a lot of information.
That's true. And walking back.
Yeah, I expected it was. I'm going towards the heart of this.
Okay, so you're done for the day. You're done for the day. You still got stuff. So, yeah, it's Vic's turn now. Okay, so you and the orc and your fellows are
Posse.
wandering off to Abbot Jorgensen's place. And they lead you off on a little adventure, and you're going down deeper into the district that you hadn't really explored yet. Like, as far as you've gone is this far. So you're heading out deeper into that district. And after about a half hour walking, you start hearing ting, 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 just a huge cacophony of hammers and stuff like that. There's lots of smithing going on, and as you walk through the district, he leads you to probably the third or fourth smith's shop you pass. He goes, "All right, boys, come on." And you walk into the building of the smith, and he walks in there like he owns the place. Just absolutely slams the door against the wall, walks in, goes, you get out. And there's two people in there talking to a man behind the counter about an order of horseshoes that they would like it made. And they turn around, look, see who it is, and they just leave.
That's a smart move.
And the guy behind the counter goes, "What's up, RJ? How you doing?" He's just visibly nervous and shaken. And RJ goes, "Real nice stuff around here. How's sales? Doing good?" He goes, "I mean, not as good as I like, but ain't that always the truth there?" As one of the other RJ walks over, picks up a shovel that was made on the shelf, picks it up and just starts breaking it, and then just kind of goes by and starts drumming on things, knocking stuff over, takes the shovel and absolutely swings and dents the crap out of a stove that was sitting there. And he goes, wait, come on, RJ, come on, man, you know I can't. And RJ walks over, grabs his head, and just slams it into the counter. And he goes, "All right, boys, he owes us 6,000 gold. Go find it."
That's a lot of money. Oh yeah, I guess we go rob them.
Yeah, so some of the guys just go and just start grabbing stuff. Big RJ, the leader RJ, starts just taking stuff out of the guy's pockets, pulls a ring off the guy's finger. He's like, "Come on, man, my wife will kill me."
I go check their stashes.
I don't think he knows who's really
A
threatening
man
to
who
kill
owes
him.
money stashes his stuff somewhere.
So as you're there, you keep hearing a ringing sound. And as you're going through the doors, you open the door, and there's a very large, very burly, about 8 feet tall, hair tied back woman working at the forge. And she turns around and goes, "Who the hell are you?"
Wrong door.
No. And she, just hear the door flung open and goes, "Abbott, what the hell is going on here?" As she starts walking out towards the front.
I checked that room.
Okay. I'm going to need a search check from you.
I like you.
We don't have search. We have investigation. We have perception.
Investigation.
No idea how hard it is for me not to spew out the answer when he
21.
says that.
21. Okay. As you going through it, you find some raw stock. You find some raw mithril. You find some gold, some silver. There's raw stock of precious metals.
Into the bag it goes.
All right. Alright, so... Neat.
Her hammer in here?
No, she's carrying her hammer.
Alright, I was going to take that.
What's your passive perception?
Passive perception? I'm going to say it's 16. 16.
Okay, yeah, you definitely start hearing the sounds of a scuffle.
I go out to the front.
There is little RJ on the ground with his head bleeding quite profusely. Big RJ is currently trying to stop this beast of a woman from killing her husband. And there are two other people that you helped are nursing injuries.
I begin. Can I catch the idea of somebody over there?
Yeah, the husband. The husband. You can. The wife goes, "Man," is just trying to reach her husband. Go, "You no good, Lord. I should have listened to my mother. I swear to God.
I guess I'll just.
She told me to
inch
marry
back
a nice
around.
Goliath boy. How much does he owe you?" And Big RJ goes, 6,000 with interest. As he's trying to hold off this much larger woman. And she goes, 6... You know what? You pack your shit up and get out. I got it. But he ain't welcome here. And she goes out into the back and opens up a spot that you're very familiar with and starts going,
Well, she's in a different room now, right?
yeah. Big RJ followed her back.
Well, I go look at the other RJs on the ground and go, I took all her stuff.
And he goes, "Oh, she gonna be mad."
Should I go to the bar?
Little RJ on the ground goes, "Oh, I thought you were talking to Abbott." Oh, Abbott goes, "Oh, she gonna be mad." Little RJ goes, "I mean, I would."
Fair enough. I leave.
You've done the job! Your job was not to babysit the people that were taking you.
As you're walking out, you hear, "Where'd that son of a bitch go?" As more things are crashing and breaking.
That's fine. I'll go back to the bar.
And then she, yeah, okay. Okay,
If I've got to go rooftop, no problem.
Okay, interesting. So yeah, you make it back to the bar just fine. About 2 hours later, Big RJ comes in dragging the rest of the guys, and little RJ's limping in, and he's dragging Abbott behind him.
Boys?
He goes, throws Abbott there, and goes, "Abbott says you already took the pay."
Yeah.
"Sorry, Abbott." Like, "I told you." "Alright, well, I guess you can go on back to your wife." "Are you fucking crazy?" "I'm going to my mother's."
Smart
As
man.
Abbott limps out of there. He appears to have at least one broken arm.
Well, that's better than,
Having his head smashed in by a hammer?
They go, "What'd you get?"
I can empty out the bag.
And, okay, so they're like, okay. So they sort through it. You got about 14 grand worth of precious metals.
Split the difference?
And they go, "No, that ain't how that works." However, he takes the bar of gold and goes, "That's yours." So it's about 500 gold worth of
Alright, gold bar.
gold in a gold bar.
Seems a bit light.
You know, boss is going to be real happy with you. I'm telling you right now. You could probably come back here and drink for free. As they pack some of this stuff up.
Well, I suppose that's fair. I didn't get hurt.
And they go, how about this? You come on back tomorrow night. You and him are going to have a little sit-down meeting. We'll talk about your employment on a more regular basis.
Sounds good.
All right, have a good one. Gato?
Yep.
All right. And so that's your day. You're wandering back to the inn. And Ryan, you still have time left, I think?
Yeah, after talking with Granny.
Yeah, you got hours left. Yeah, okay. So you talked to Granny, and now what you got to do with the rest of your day?
I was gonna go and look into the Baldrige Church.
Granny could have told you this. It is about 5 streets down.
Right.
There's a little... she calls it a church, but when you walk up on it, it looks like a house. And you walk in, and there's a... Walk up, and the door is, like, unlatched. Like, there is no latch. It's like you push the door open. And walk in, and there's a big, beautiful hearth right at the front, and seating lines up there. Kind of like a standard church in today's, except behind them, instead of Jesus being tortured, it's a hearth.
Okay. I will...
So blasphemous, yet so right.
It feels very like his place of reference feels very Catholic. I was like, Jesus being tortured. Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. Jesus not being uncomfortable at all whilst nailed to a piece of wood.
I like all
well,
those
I mean,
pictures.
most churches don't have that. That
Yeah,
feels very
I like-
Catholic. Is my
I like
comment.
that.
Oh,
like
I don't
the-
really go to church.
Where you
I
got-
know.
Where you get the one with
I
the-
do.
With Jesus with the staff and the lambs.
Yeah.
That's a good picture. You see a lot in churches I go to.
I mean, he must have been a garbage carpenter. I've never seen him building anything.
Well, we do kind of skip from him being a kid to him being an adult. So, I mean, I imagine there was some stuff in the middle there.
Just building all the houses.
But, so does it seem like there's an entrance that you can just kind of go in and go out of?
Oh yeah, that's like you walked in through that door, and plump halfling woman walks up to you and goes,
Before I enter fully, I wanted to cast Enhance Ability Eagle Splendor on myself, the Charisma one.
okay.
Wait, go in.
So you walk in, and a plump, cheerful little halfling comes waddling up to you and goes, "Hey, how are y'all doing? Welcome to our hearth. How can we help you?"
Say, I've been looking to speak with you, and I think...
Of course. Would you like to have a seat? Some tea?
Sure.
This town ain't big enough for the two of us.
So, I've been told about your services on Saturday, and I was looking to learn a bit more about the particular teachings and exactly how you came to be.
Well, I came to be because Mommy and Daddy loved each other very much. I'm sorry, that's just a little joke between us girls. I mean, the church here? Oh, we have a long story history. This church has been here about 500 years.
Oh, so relatively recently then.
With such a large hearth, it would be terrible if it got out of control.
Paying
Say,
protection money.
I was curious as to whether or no that maybe the teachings of my goddess, who is a much more ancient being, might have made their way here. I've been looking to reunite with people who are of my faith, and I think that I was led here by her.
Well, that's real nice for you, honey, but I don't rightly know about that. It doesn't really matter how old the goddess, only how pure and useful.
Exactly, and I think that I've been led here in order to reignite the flame of Fernette.
Oh, well, good luck with that.
Did you know
Our flame's already burning. Nice and comfortable.
Keep needing people that we need to.
See, this one might actually be in that category. The nice old lady wasn't.
You could kill them all anyway. Kill them all anyway.
Go ahead and tell me your story, though. I'd like to hear it.
Okay. she starts to explain the backstory of the goddess.
Okay. I'll take note of the information that I get.
Did you know your goddess Baldrige is actually just Fernette under a new name? It's a mistranslation, you see. Easy mistake to make.
Happens all the time.
Happens all the time. You should be worshipping my goddess.
Mm.
Because you're worshipping Baldrige all wrong.
Just gaslight this with your enhanced ability.
Yeah.
You know, she brings up, that, like when the savage harshness of the outside world tries to interfere or harm the home, Baldrige's always there to protect you and stuff like that. And the faithful Baldrige always stand up to protect the integrity of the family.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're looking for here, right? She explains her faith.
Yeah, I explained her faith. What I'm attempting to do is I'm going to try to basically start convincing these people that this particular faith is actually just a rebranding of my own god.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to convince them of.
That's going to be really hard when there's no shit clerics that gain their divine power from this god.
Yeah. I realize
One
that.
of whom you were speaking to.
Yeah. But faith is whatever. It's not like Fernette doesn't have any power that she couldn't give out spells. It's just you're worshipping essentially like an avatar. Say, gods have that all the time to where they end up showing up going under a different name in a different culture. I'm just saying.
No,
Pluto
she's pretty much
versus
the same.
Hades.
Just, nope. She disagrees with you completely. There is no, she has no wavering at all in her faith.
And in 5th edition, you don't worship gods, you worship domains, which are usually dedicated to gods.
Hmm.
I think the idea is really that gods
but
have
he
domains.
brought in
Yeah,
the
but there's no
Eberron
restriction.
deity system.
Yeah, but there's no restrictions. You can be the god of whatever and worship whoever you want on the side as well, because there's no restrictions in 5th edition.
Yeah, but she's just straight nope.
Yeah, she'll say straight no to me for right now.
For now.
That's what they got going on at the moment. So I'm just nodding to myself, thinking it's like, well, you'll see the light.
Oh, the light's already here. I don't need a new one.
Yeah. Do you know about the great evil?
Do you know
Which one?
Religious pissing contest. My doom's bigger than your doom.
If nothing else, this guy has proven he goes around stealing hearth fires. Maybe he's coming after your god.
Yeah.
And it's just like I tell the tale of the poison murderer, the corrupt flame. See what.
She goes, well, hearth and family, and I doubt her husband would take too kindly of that.
What?
Aaron is the patron of wizards, scholars, law, and god. Law and lore. So he's the god of magic. He is a god of magic.
Oh,
And
her whatever her deity's.
her deity is husband.
Okay.
Therefore, it's just she has a little more protection than your old god did of just letting strangers in.
Yeah, maybe if your so-called goddess of the hearth really believed in family so much, you should have started one of her own, and this wouldn't have happened.
With the heavy shade.
Yes, you are now in a sweet southern pissing contest.
Yeah.
I haven't heard Eddie bless your hearts.
That's because she doesn't want her god to take her seriously.
She's got to be careful with it. I got it. Okay.
Unlike some people's god, her god actually provides her power.
Bless her heart, smite.
And it's just like, well, we don't have to go to that extreme yet.
Yet.
It's like, no
What did
need,
you say your name again was, dearie?
no need to get nasty. And it's like, I'm Mother June. And you are?
I am Hearth Mother.
July.
We came first! Ooh, that's a bitchy name. Hearth Mother Priscilla. Priscilla.
As you're like, this is an NPC I might have to bring back up.
Yes, this NPC matters.
I gave them class levels.
Yes.
Priscilla, how'd you keep them to yourself? When the whistle calls and the southern draws, it's enough to put a heart through hell.
I don't know that song.
I
She's
imagine
the-
it's Priscilla or something or other.
Presley, yeah, it's
Priscilla Presley. Yes.
yeah, it's a song about her.
I thought it was Priscilla Presley first, but then is there like Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, about the drag queens?
No idea.
No one cares.
There's something, I don't know if it's Priscilla or not, but it's something like that.
The only like name song I know is Dakota Dawn because that's my sister's name.
Mm.
And my mom specifically brought up that's why she named her that. And I'm like I heard that song because I told her recently I hadn't heard the song recently. And I'm like that's a really like it's like a sad song, like really depressing. She's like yeah, kind of. And I'm like it's an old classic country song. It's about like death and loss. And it's like
Like old classic country songs.
yeah, exactly. It's death and loss. And I'm like, that's a little dark. And she's like, yeah, but I changed the words when I sung it to her. I'm like, you kind of have to.
Okay, so what are you doing?
So, I'll go ahead and take my leave for now.
Just throw a Molotov cocktail and leave.
And it's like, I'll take my leave for now. And it's like, I know that they hold their congregations on Saturdays.
When they're all there together, you say.
Fireball! If your God really loved you, she would have stopped that.
Cast counterspell. Darn, her God loves her.
Subtle spell. Subtle spell.
Clerics don't get that.
They don't get counterspell.
No.
Well, she could if she worshipped her God's husband.
No.
He would have been a god
Wizard.
of magic.
Yeah, and she would
That doesn't
give you counter
Yeah,
spells.
that
I
doesn't give him
thought
counterspell.
the magic one gave a whole bunch of the more
No.
wizardy ones in
You
counter.
can also, a lot of wizards would worship the god of magic.
Yeah. it's like-
His domains are knowledge and order.
so she could give herself a tool proficiency.
Mm.
Yeah.
But yes, you'd also have to see the fireball coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, her domains are life, peace, and twilight.
Twilight's really strong, and so is peace.
I'm guessing those are older ones, though.
No, that's
those are
5th
old.
edition.
No,
That's
they're
5th,
fifth.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
that's
looking
top.
I brought
Brand new.
he brought in all the Eberron gods. I wasn't going to bring pretty much any of them in.
Not Eberron.
It's not
Greyhawk.
Eberron. It's
Greyhawk, whatever. I'm bringing in Eberron.
Are you?
She's an Eberron god. I'm making them the same pantheon because fuck your cohesion. This is my world now, Grandma. You go to sleep or I will put you to sleep.
Oh, you mean of the different pantheons and everyone, you're just mashing them all together?
I'm picking the gods I like.
Oh, okay, you're picking okay.
Yeah, keys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Keith.
Yeah, amalgam pantheon.
Yes, Ryan's bringing in a god from God knows where that I don't know anything about, so I'm just like, I like these gods. These guys are going to be here.
Yeah. There's
fun
not,
with it.
there's not much actual canon information about
Yeah.
Fernette.
He literally picked one that had nothing about him so he could make it up.
Yeah, and I picked one with very little information about him except for a direct opposer.
Mhm.
See what you did there? I see.
But
Though it did have her husband in there, and I'm just like, what does her husband rule? That's what I was doing over here. I'm like, oh. Well, that's fucking useful.
yeah. I'm not gonna quibble with her, so I'm just gonna go ahead and leave. And yeah, I'll just go ahead and go back to the inn for now.
Okay. So that's your day. You show up at the end day. You have learned absolutely nothing that you didn't learn from the old man the night before. And you've got a whole 2 silver. Good job.
So, as the younger generation, they don't have any problems with the
No,
less
they
pay in
seem
the
relatively
union?
happy.
Oh, okay.
They're contented.
And more's the point, they really did get into union business with,
A scab.
yeah. Like,
I'm
you
surprised
start
I
trying to talk union, and they go, well, by union, you shouldn't be here. Appreciate boss making my day better. The boss paid you out of his own pocket, for the record. You, like... He like literally pulled money out of his pocket and handed it to you.
I mean, that was your own
tomorrow
fault
if
for
you'd like.
agreeing to take payment, discuss payment after the work.
Yeah,
you did that.
You can come back tomorrow if you'd like.
At least you get to keep an apple.
I mean, if you want to be a thief,
He's pretty small. You could probably eat him.
you probably could.
Just wait till everyone else wanders out. Just completely eat them. No evidence.
Exactly.
They didn't ask any questions about where any extra apples went if you ate them or stashed them,
Mm-hmm.
but they didn't take any.
Yeah. Just dropping all the apples and just
Just
one in my giant lizard.
Core drops. Must have been some animal got to it.
Let's be fair. If I can eat human bones raw, I eat the core too and the stem.
Yeah, you just munch that up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's your day. So this is Friday.
So we gather in the evening.
Yes, you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Thursday evening.
Yep. So yeah, we return to a room for some private discussion. I go over.
Lieutenants were back for the record. They are just and their heads together. Seems to be discussing something.
Yeah. Let me check if they need anything from us, but unless they need anything yet, then we carry on our end.
Oh no,
think
boss, we're good.
Mostly, yeah. So we discuss largely, general goings on towards that direction. Make sure everyone else knows King Procrastinatus III is current reigning king. Let them know basically as far as the apparent power of some of the individuals' adventures towards that way, as far as the threats of going that, which is right outside of a place that is labeled as the Inner Circle.
Oh,
If any of you have heard that.
That's the racetrack.
Yes. Which does seem, once we're to that point, if we need mass terrorist action, that does seem like a good location for it. Large bleachers.
I was just thinking setting up a racket to earn money there, but okay.
Well, there's lots of legitimate businesses there around there, but sure. Either way, whichever way we want to go about this. Anything of note? Do you gather anything useful today?
The Apple workers work for the union. They seem pretty content. I probably won't go out there again.
Okay.
The Apple's working it. I don't know. It's like maybe tomorrow I'll check in, see if there's any underground fighting or arena sport or blood sport at all. But it's probably just going to be more horses and comfort. I don't know if these people are the kind that want to see someone's head bashed in as much as, normal people.
You probably will have to go into the higher end areas to find people looking to take people from the lower end areas to do that kind of stuff.
True. Yeah, because we haven't found we're like upper lower class here. We haven't seen the dredges of society.
This is closer to lower middle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and this is the worker.
Suburbanite.
Mm.
Yeah, this is middle to lower middle area.
Yep, there's industrial regions out of that way, and there was a guy out there. He had over 6,000 gold in gambling debts, so we robbed him.
What'd you come out with?
Bar gold.
Nice.
Mhm.
Wait, weren't you getting into another gang and?
Yeah.
Oh. So
Yeah, apparently they run gambling debts or intimidation. Or something. I apparently did pretty good, so I'm going to see what more is going on.
Yeah, keep doing that. See if you can find out who their leader is. It's like, because we could definitely get on that. That seems right up our alley.
Well, who did you end up talking to get the work in the first place?
There's a gnome who runs the tavern. He's apparently the local fixer.
Okay, so we at least know who our intermediary is.
If not the guy at the top.
Mm-hmm.
It looks pretty small time, but yeah, there's a lot of people out here with a lot of money. I mean, this lady just had all this stuff just hanging out in her forge.
Hmm.
It was just sitting there.
What?
In a safe that you found and broke into.
Couldn't have been that hard to break into it if I was doing it.
What tavern were they based out of?
has a broken horse head.
Yeah, it was a broken horse head. That was all.
You never actually asked the name of the tavern, but the sign has a broken. It's a broken sign, and just the horse head's up there.
Way.
Okay.
And it's got a broken horse head on it. Yeah, and it's rough and tumble place. But that's definitely the poorer side of town. I almost got mugged there.
I ended up mostly.
That's how you're defining that?
No, I look at you and I go,
I mean, it didn't work.
Has to be a very desperate part of town to try and mug
It
it.
didn't work, but I think that kind of speaks to the people in that area. If they looked at me and said, "Yeah, that's a mark."
Speaking of the inner circle, I ended up spending most of the day chatting with one of the local people.
mm-hmm.
Apparently, her son-in-law is one of the jockeys who races over at the inner circle. I'm not sure if that might come up in some sort of situation if you were looking to get into some of the people actually in the races.
Looked
Well,
quite fancy. Must be very successful.
Hey,
She
Adam,
must
go
be
ahead
very proud.
Adam, go ahead and roll an intelligence check. Ryan would have known the name, but I didn't actually say that.
Just straight intelligence?
Just intelligence mod. Yeah.
14.
14? Yeah, you don't remember.
I don't know. I haven't looked
I
into
don't remember
it.
what.
If you saw the name on the board.
Oh, okay.
You don't know if he was racing on Sunday or not.
Okay.
It's like, I don't know. I haven't done it before, but any of you know how you fix horse racing?
With laming or bribing.
Yeah, either get somebody indebted to you so that they'll take the fall for you, or you pay them off.
I didn't know if you just tried to drug the horses faster.
You could do that too.
Yeah, you lame the horse or you bribe the jockey.
But the other thing that I found out is that apparently they already have a deity of the hearth that currently has a church stationed here that is called Baldrige. I went and spoke with one of the priests there, and they were not willing to hear my explanation that their deity is just an avatar or a retelling of my god's tale.
Who would have thunk?
Could be.
Do you gather...
Is it?
Do you gather... You know where... The followers, the congregation, is it a small local church?
It seems to be a small-time operation since they appear to be running it just out of their house.
Did it?
Yeah,
I wasn't there. Okay.
yeah, from what I can tell, it looked like they were running it out of their house, and it's just something that...
It
Looked
The
like a
church-
converted house.
was a house.
Yeah.
It's not their house.
Oh,
It
okay.
is the church that is a house because it is the goddess of hearth and home.
Okay. So then I relayed that instead.
Mm-hmm. The church is shaped like a house, to go around with the theme.
Where?
I'll give you the directions. But they seemed to make on Saturday, and then they talked. The lady that I talked to said that occasionally they will have barbecues or outdoor activities, and maybe if you plan for it, a block party.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's like, if you were,
So church on Saturdays, racing on Sundays.
we could stake out and see who goes to over a couple weeks. Who goes to church on Saturday? Then we could rob them while they're at home.
Well, I was
Well, yeah.
thinking a little different strategy.
Well, if you wanted to do petty, I was thinking about scooping up and taking the congregation for myself.
Yes, perhaps... Well, if they meet Saturday, perhaps if they're all too hungover to show up the next day, on Friday evening, if we invite the locals to the tavern in the area.
Well, yeah, there's lots of taverns in the area, but
Immediately in the area of where the church was. Something close by. Something where when we're papering the event.
Well, Friday's tomorrow, so how are we going to gather people is the question.
It might be a next week kind of plan.
Could be.
When you plan to lace beer with stuff so they're hungover, or just party till they don't show up?
Get them... People like drinking, I've noticed.
Yeah, fun bastard.
Free beer draws a crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you can use words, change opinions?
Well,
Throw a party and proselytize.
mm-hmm. I mean, that sounds like something that's going to need more than a single day of planning to...
Yeah.
Well, yes, again, it could be next week, but...
Or maybe once we get a place to open up a small church, then we can, try drawing people in with free beers. And I don't know, do we have healing? I don't know. I haven't seen on our walks around how many people are laying or seeing wounded, or how's healing in the city.
You don't really notice. You haven't really noticed a whole bunch of people who are injured. Adam would know that there's a couple people who are crippled, but that's just because he spends a lot of time in a residential area. You haven't spent a lot of time there, so you really haven't seen them. I mean, there's some people at the bar who use canes, but they're usually just old people.
So the town seems to have at least some clerics or other stuff doing work already.
Yeah.
But,
And that'll probably be or at least this upper class would probably have to go to the slums where we could pawn off healing and food for worship and loyalty.
well, I don't got any magic ability to produce food.
No, we buy food. It's cheap here.
But yeah, if we don't have the dredges of society to take in, much less have a place to bring them to,
Yeah.
that's something for later. But I don't know. I'll probably end up going to the general store tomorrow to pick up some supplies to maybe make some handouts or something for advertising, and maybe something to write.
Pamphlets?
Yeah, pamphlets for me to hand out.
Okay. I can help you carry stuff then.
Alright.
Looks like until we get the lieutenants in a base of operations and start recruiting people, not a whole lot I can do. I think I've tapped the information wells I can go to already. At least till Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just help you tomorrow.
Okay.
Austin, you have more slithering into that other gang.
Yeah, gotta double dip my gang.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta keep those allegiances fluid.
Mm-hmm.
For as long as they keep paying me.
Yeah.
Well, you're 23 on an insight.
Hmm?
I'm just trying to read him.
Oh yeah, no, if this doesn't work out, I will totally jump ship. My loyalty to this gang is entirely practical. I mean, I'm giving you enough leeway that I think we can do this.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
Very much it's just, and we'll just get you up to their leader so we can bump off their leader, then make you a higher person than you were.
Yeah, that works for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Go in, make friends. Mm-hmm.
So we'll start thinking about that. And
Otherwise, I'm good for the night. I'll go to bed a little bit earlier.
yeah, that's fine by me.
Spend a little bit of time in the window, of course.
Alright, creeps around the window. Everyone else go to bed?
Mm.
Okay, so Friday. Y'all wake up,
Mm-hmm.
and you want to try to get up earlier than usual?
Nope, breakfast time.
Alright, breakfast. Breakfast. What are we doing today?
Well, I'm planning to go to the general store to pick up supplies for the purposes of making pamphlets and advertisement stuff.
Okay.
I'm going with her to help carry stuff and just, be around and helpful.
Okay. Rick?
I'm waiting to go and visit the boss man over at the tavern.
Okay.
Later that night.
You're waiting for that? So you're just hanging around out at the bar?
Yeah, we're gonna take some of this. I'm gonna launder some of this money through the bar.
That's not how that works.
So you just dip it in the beer or whatever. It's like, how do you even break on it? That's a good point. I asked the bartender, like, how do I break this?
Oh, goodness. You're going to have to go to a bank.
Banks. Where's a bank?
Well, I mean, I guess you could go to a blacksmith. They usually hold precious metals.
That's true. Could go to a smithy. As long as it's not that one. Hey, can you break this into bits for me?
Also, not what the smithy does. They do not mint the coins in front of you.
There's one I know that's just about 20 minutes up the road that ways and gives you directions to a blacksmith. You notice it is not the Jorgensen smithy. So you're probably fine.
Yeah,
And it's not the directions that would take you there anyway.
Yeah, sounds good to me. I'll get this turned into, I don't know, smaller slips of gold.
With faces pressed on them.
Or just smaller pieces of metal.
Okay, so you're heading off there. You two are working on that. Adam?
I hang around at the tavern, the inn, for a little bit. For eating. See enough that our lieutenants get out and about their
They
day.
leave pretty much with those two do. Like, as soon as they finish their breakfast, they're out. They're working.
But otherwise, I generally I kill enough time to probably be about noon before going to follow directions towards the church that he talked about, and I'm looking for taverns in that area.
Okay. You guys are first then. Ryan and Nick, you wander into the general store, which was shown to you by the kiddo.
Yep.
Yes, but it wasn't like a general going out of here's your bedrolls and tents. It was a different kind of general store, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the average one that most towns ought to have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like in most cities. Like
General
it's
goods.
Not, yeah, it's general good household goods.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There is paper.
Then I'm gonna go ahead and get some paper and ink supplies, and maybe even something to make a banner.
Okay, so you want paper, ink, and cloth.
Mm.
Okay, he goes, you know what? For a nice young lady like yourself, I'll go ahead and wrap this whole thing up. 5 gold. No problem. Just 5 gold.
Insight check to determine whether or not he's giving me a fair price or not. 10.
Sounds fair.
14.
Sounds fair.
Okay.
Alright.
Might be on the little high side of fair, but definitely fair. You could probably shave a couple silver off or something.
Don't feel worth it, especially if we work with this guy again and or come back and strong arm him.
That's fine. I'm going to I'm gonna say, oh, can't you give it to me for any bit less, just a little more?
I mean, I got kids to feed.
And it's like, but I'm trying to do something, and I just got into town.
Well, I mean, I guess you need to go find a job then.
Well, but I'm trying to do something that'll help everyone.
I mean, aren't we all?
But yeah, I'm gonna try to persuade him. So, 13.
So, same price.
Okay. I'll play it, fine.
I'm sorry, you rolled under 15.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Persuasion's not a magic wand.
Especially when you don't hit the DCs.
Mm. So yeah, I'll go ahead and get my my paper, ink, and
You
cloth.
get like 25 sheets of paper, a decent piece of cloth, and enough ink for all of your pamphlets, and then probably another 50 more.
Okay.
Paper's expensive.
It's pretty expensive, yeah. It's hard to make.
Weren't books in D&D also kind of like 25 gold a pop?
Sounds about right.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and take that, and then we can go back to the inn and get to work on drawing it all.
Okay, so it takes you about 20 minutes, like there and back with negotiations.
Mm-hmm.
Then we
I'm
just
still there when you come back.
Yes.
we go up to the room, spitball what the pamphlet should say.
Yep.
We're both prismatic and performers.
So.
Well, I'm a performer.
Okay, performer does not help.
Okay.
You will need to do. So, are these supposed to be religious pamphlets to convert them?
Say, because whatever our ideas.
Or is it just to invite them to a barbecue in the name of?
Yeah, are you writing an invitation or are you writing a pamphlet for conversion?
I will go ahead and write it as a invitation to a party.
Okay, that doesn't require any checks. You can make this up, no problem.
Okay.
We just spend time doing that.
Yep.
Okay, and that's gonna, like, all those things is gonna take you a couple hours. You'll probably be done around 3 to 4, which means it is Adam's turn.
So I go to that part of town. I'm looking to see what taverns or such are in the area around where that church.
The closest tavern is the inn you just left.
Not much taverns in that zone.
Okay. Well, first off,
There's-
which wasn't much as far as the way of a tavern. There weren't multiple, like, of the giant barrels behind the...
Oh, yeah, it's got a full bar at the Red Horse.
Okay.
I mean,
So I spent some time walking around realizing that, and then back in.
It's like, it's kind of the only place.
Trying to just price out in general.
I mean, you see, like, general stores. You see the store they went into. There's clothing stores that are specifically for clothing and stuff of that nature. You see what you're pretty sure is a school.
Okay.
And it's fairly close to the actual church. You see the church itself,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of looks like it's on a quadruple plot. It's a relatively large piece of land given into it compared to the rest of the houses, but not as big as like the muckety muck areas.
So I find an area. Somewhere secluded enough that I feel I have my 6 seconds to change.
There's an ice cream parlor.
I'm looking to change my skin.
Yeah, you're behind an ice cream.
Oh, behind it. Okay. I was like, I'm not going to walk in the ice cream parlor. Oh, ice
They're
cream
just-
parlors are full of blind people, of course.
Those damn fools. Yeah, but no, there is. They are at an ice cream parlor.
Okay, so yeah, I go behind. I allow Herr Wolfgang out, and
He's just you altered, so he's still your race.
he is still human. He didn't have to be. Alter Self can be another race, but
Okay,
but he is not.
Okay.
He is still human. Yeah, no. The Alter Self can be whatever. It has to be the same leg configurement. I still have to have 2 legs and 2 arms.
And you can't go like a size category up or down.
Yeah. Though I can go like a foot by either way or whatever. Yeah, no, Alter Self allows quite a bit of change. For what it allows, it's actually a rather mild change.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go to this happened.
Yes. How can I help you? What's going on?
I was
New in town? Need a room? You want something to eat? Something to drink?
no, I am new here, of course. And I've been looking around the area, asking various taverns and bars. I'm thinking perhaps by next weekend I might look into hosting an event. I was wondering, you carry large quantities of cider and beer. If I were wanting to buy out the stock to cover the cost for however much somebody, a party wanted to indulge upon, how much would that cost?
Well, I mean, you'd be shutting down my bar for the night, so I would have to, be compensated for that, of course. And,
it would be an event where anyone would be welcome, so it would really just be me covering the cost of everyone coming in and trying to get as many people in as I could.
So you want to just pay for everyone to come in and do that?
Yes.
Well, here's what we'll do. We're going to set down a down payment, or you're going to pay for everything up front, and then I'll just give you back your change.
Okay. Yes. So what would that down payment be? Since that sounds perfect to what I would want.
What a nice guy, saving you that trouble.
Oh, 10,000 gold ought to do it.
Okay.
That would be my entire stock's worth, and whatever they don't drink, I'll give you the money back for.
Very well. Well, I'm going to continue, of course, asking a few other taverns, but
Well,
I will keep
around
you in mind.
here, you'll just be right back here.
Hey,
I don't
Yeah,
have
look
much
for-
competition anymore.
well, then I look forward to seeing you.
The ice cream parlor you changed behind
Mhm.
looked an awful lot like what used to be a tavern. Boy, that red horse has reasonable rates. Shockingly reasonable rates.
Just government backing or some other backing, just to say, no, I can undercut all of you.
No, really cheap, but there's no competition.
Yeah.
Well, I know it was further out. I do go ask the same question at the tavern that we had gone to the other evening.
Right.
They only want 6,000 to do the same thing.
Okay.
And it's a similar
I feel like those
but you
casks
can-
are a lot bigger than they are in my mind.
You can go ahead and do an insight check.
They're very big.
I roll a 20.
Oh,
Important.
you are very well aware that they do not carry 6,000 gold worth of stock in there, and even if they did, you would not get a dime back.
Okay.
Did he feel that way about the red horse, though?
Oh yeah, you could roll one for the red horse too if you'd like.
I already have bad feelings about them. But I'm going to go ahead and use my other one of those so it's just gone. Because then that was insight. 21 is the total on that one.
Okay, you're aware that he probably carries that amount of stock,
Mhm.
and you probably get at least some of your money back. He's he's less likely to completely rip you off, is what you're feeling. Was that 20 a natural 20 or just 20?
That was a natural 20.
Okay, yeah. Then
Yeah.
you got the full blown. Yes, they
Yep.
will definitely steal from you.
He foresaw it when he rose this morning.
Yep. Otherwise, I'll go to somewhere to revert to self, end it, and probably go back to my room.
Do you like hide around corners? Like, are you doing a full sneak check?
I try and get out of the way.
But like, are you actually like rolling a stealth or a sneak check to do it?
Or just
if I
running
feel
out?
that I need to, I don't have necessarily. I have an hour of this, so I have a good amount of time. I
Okay,
gather
so
still left. So I am just taking the time to
Okay.
find a spot where I'm confident about it.
Okay.
What a weird dude. Just a dude playing a dude, pretending to be another dude.
I just gotta decide the percentages.
Mhm.
Okay, so Adam, is that your deck?
Yeah, and then I go back to the inn. I tinker with some of my own potions and stuff. For
You don't even stop at the ice cream parlor?
I do not.
Rude. Okay,
Creepy staring out the window.
I get to that in the evening, but it's kind of wasted in the midday.
yeah. Alright, so, Vic, it is evening. You can go talk to Fixer.
I thought I had to go to a bank or a blacksmith.
Oh, right. I'm sorry, I completely forgot you're doing that. Okay, so it is afternoon. You go and talk to a blacksmith by the name of Sterling.
Sterling.
Sure. Sterling the blacksmith. Sounds about right.
Mhm.
Okay, so you walk in and drop your bar on the counter.
Yes.
Guy goes, "That's real nice." When you
I can't pay for drinks with this. I need it.
valid point.
I need it.
You can
smaller.
pay for a lot of drinks with that.
All right. Sure, I can buy that. Sure. He pulls out a block about this big. It looks almost like a really nice sharpening stone. And he takes the gold and he strikes against it. And then he pulls out a thing and goes, puts a little liquid on top of it and goes, "All right, that's pure." Then he takes it and just puts it on another little thing. And checks the bottom and goes, "Stamped." Okay. And then he puts it on a scale and starts weighing out and goes, "All right, that's 500 gold's worth. I'm going to charge you 1 gold for changing it into coins for you."
That's fair.
So you get 499.
That's generous.
You get 499 gold. Like, it took him literally seconds to weigh it out.
I want 20% of this. That seems a little extreme, man.
He wants a gold.
Now, to
whatever.
be fair, if he brought in 2 gold bars, it would still be 1 gold.
Yes.
If you brought in half a gold bar, it would be one
It's
gold.
just because it's well, I guess at a certain point there that doesn't matter because
I'm
really,
just
it's how
waiting.
close is he to the bank to go restock his own cash?
Yeah, and as you leave, he walks out behind you, locks up the door, and walks off.
I will. Sure, I'll make that trip for you.
He walks up about... You see him at the end of the block walk into a big fuck-off building.
You know what? That actually doesn't seem bad. You haven't been seated there.
That's true. I didn't pawn off this totally illegal tender.
It doesn't seem like it was necessarily traceable.
Yeah, exactly. It's stamped or whatever.
Yeah, stamp. That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, who knows? What are they gonna do? Report the bar stolen? Not my problem anymore.
And now there's more people that they have to go through to try and get to you rather than the bank person saying directly.
Okay, so you bought the gold from you, then you wait until evening, and then you go out to the bar to meet the fixer, who you walk into the bar around 8:30 or so, and the bartender looks at you, just puts a drink in front of you, goes, "Okay, good. Boss wants to talk you out back." And he nods his head at the room you were in earlier when you were talking about the job you were going to do.
I go back there.
So you go and just walk in, bolts brass. Fixer
Well,
looks.
he was told him to.
Yeah, I know. The fixer looks up and goes, "Most people knock."
I wasn't told to knock.
Ah, one of those. Right.
No, man. When you're working, you gotta play up that you're a big dumb idiot. That's why everyone underestimates you.
Are you
No, he has
playing it
12.
up?
Yeah, I have a 12 intelligence. I'm perfectly capable of doing this stuff. No, the point is to play it up. You want people thinking you're as dumb as a bag of nails.
RJ says you did a very good job, and judging by the take that he brought in 10,000 gold worth of good for that 6,000 debt, which is for that 5,000 debt, which is excellent, doubling the money. You now realize RJ has been skimming.
No, he skimmed twice. He told him less amount there. He told
Yeah, he
you
told
guys
you all more.
6,000.
Yeah, he told you all more and told him less. Reasonable amounts, though.
Yeah,
Because-
I'm not gonna rain on the other man's parade. Not when I can't profit from it.
Yeah,
Not
and
when
he
I
did.
can't
It's not
blackmail.
like he didn't give you a bonus of that because he goes, "So I see no reason you shouldn't get a full share of the break. So here's part of the extra. You get another 250 gold."
Very nice.
Hey, you got more money than me now.
It's like I got so much drinking money now.
You went from I have 0 monies to now I have 700 monies.
So we'd like to use you more often in other tasks. So here's how that generally works. If I don't put you on a task, you come in here around 8 o'clock, talk to the man, Bartholomew at the bar, who's the barman. That might not have been his name, but it's
New barman.
fucking name now. And he'll tell you whether or not I have anything for you. If I have something for you, you go, you do the job, you come back, and I pay you, depending upon how you do. As you see, I do give bonuses.
Yeah, their problem was they tried talking to him instead of just taking what was worth taking.
I do encourage talking first. However, his wife was a bit of a nightmare.
Well, I asked him if I should just leave, and he said yeah, so I did.
Who?
The RJ that isn't as big as me.
Oh, little RJ.
Yes.
I mean, he made the right call. If you had stuck around, you probably would have had to give back most of it. As it is, doesn't know, suspects, but doesn't know where it went, and we've been quietly spreading the rumor that Abbott ran off with it to get himself out of debt and a little bit money to start up with. So, I doubt we'll have to worry about him anymore.
Sounds good, boss.
I feel like
Oh.
Abbott is recruitable.
My name is actually just Quentin.
Not
Boss
Queen hyphen 10.
No, Quentin Fixer.
See, that is the trick. You have to give him a last name so people don't just split your name in half.
What kind of idiot would split his name in half?
Obviously, right over there.
Obviously, Quentin is one name.
Right over there.
Yeah, as long as you write it all together, then it is. if you put random spaces in the middle of how you write a
Have
word...
you ever
then
seen
they-
him write words? It's all random spacing.
I know, and that's why I come up with first names and surnames. Because I look at the space, I'm like, well, that must be where the name
so
splits.
You've met Quentin Fixer, you've been paid. He goes, that's all I've got for you. Tonight you drink for free. Other than that, get out of my sight.
Fair enough. I stick around and I drink. Wait until it's nice and late. You know, real prime mugging time.
Okay.
To be mugged?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm real drunk. You got
Yeah.
tons of money.
I'm real drunk.
There was a 10% chance of someone trying you. No, nothing bad happens. You make it home.
Oh, there you go.
Or back to the thing.
I go back to the bar and back again.
I go back to the bar that I just came from.
Yeah. So Quentin Fixer is at the Horsehead, which is the name of the bar.
The horse head.
Is tends to work out of the Horsehead.
Fantastic.
Uh,
Come back and let y'all know that, yeah, that guy's out there doing, that's what he does for business.
See, like, that's what, go to bed.
Hey, I'm locked in my own room. You're the
Yeah.
one that's sharing with him, right?
Yes, I'm the one sharing a room with him.
But he paid me more money.
That's good. Put more on the tab then. You've drank all of what we have. Or, I just say that. I have no idea. Just put more money on the tab then.
That's totally something I'll definitely do.
okay. So that's Friday, and I think we will pick up on Saturday next time since we're running a wee bit
Early. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
He'd
whole
be in the middle of
Saturday
anything.
is going to be a lot of
big
stuff
day.
going on, and I don't really
Okay.
want to break it up between two episodes. So,
Gotcha.
thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you feel like it, or don't feel like it. If you don't feel like it, you still have to. I've decided. Thanks
boss.
for watching. Bye.